Hot take. A lot of RAG systems get worse the moment you add a vector store.
That sounds wrong, but it happens all the time. Teams reach for embeddings before asking a simpler question. What exactly are users trying to retrieve?
So this is not anti-vector store. It is anti-default.
Exactly. If your retrieval problem is mostly exact lookup, filtered search, recent records, or structured joins, a plain database can be faster, cheaper, and easier to trust.
And in RAG, trust is the whole game. Bad retrieval means bad answers. And now your model sounds confident while being wrong.
Right. A lot of developers confuse semantic search with all search. But many production questions are not fuzzy. They are things like order status, policy by region, latest contract version, or docs for a specific API endpoint.
Give me a real example, because this is where people usually wave their hands.
Say you are building support copilots for an internal tool. Agents ask, what is the refund rule for Germany, for annual plans, after 30 days? That is mostly metadata filtering, plus exact policy retrieval. A relational database with good indexing can answer that cleanly.
Instead of embedding every policy paragraph and hoping nearest neighbors land on the right legal edge case.
Yes, and hoping your chunking strategy did not split the exception from the rule. With a plain database, you can store the policy as a canonical record, attach country, plan type, effective date, and status. Then retrieve the exact source.
So, when is a plain database enough?
When the answer space is structured, when users provide strong filters, when exact terms matter, or when recency and versioning are important. Also, when your corpus is small enough that indexed keyword search is already good.
That last one matters. People act like scale starts at 10 documents.
It does not. If you have a few thousand docs with titles, tags, product areas, and timestamps, Postgres plus full text search may solve the problem without another moving part.
And the hidden cost is not just money. It is operational complexity.
Exactly. Embeddings add a pipeline. You need chunking, model selection, backfills, re-embedding on content changes, storage for vectors, retrieval tuning, and usually another debugging surface when results feel almost right but not quite.
Almost right is dangerous in RAG. It looks sophisticated right up until a customer gets the wrong answer.
And then the winner is the team that can explain retrieval behavior. Plain databases help because the logic is legible. You can inspect filters, indexes, sort order, joins, and query plans. That makes failures easier to diagnose.
Let us make that concrete again.
Imagine an employee assistant for HR questions. Someone asks, what is the parental leave policy for contractors in Canada, updated this year? That query has entity matching, jurisdiction, employment type, and recency. SQL handles that naturally. You can retrieve the exact current policy row and linked document.
Where embeddings might retrieve a beautifully similar article about full-time employees in the UK.
Which sounds relevant until it is catastrophically not. Similarity is not the same as correctness. If the difference between records has business or legal consequences, structured retrieval deserves first shot.
So why do teams still overuse vector stores?
Because semantic search demos well. It feels intelligent. But production systems care about precision, explainability, latency, and maintenance. Fancy retrieval that nobody can reason about is a liability.
There is also a power shift here. The simpler stack gives smaller teams leverage.
Yes, if you can ship a reliable RAG feature with the database you already operate, you cut cost, reduce failure modes, and keep ownership with application engineers instead of creating a mini search platform by accident.
But we should be fair. There are cases where embeddings absolutely win.
Of course. If users ask vague natural language questions across messy unstructured text, and wording varies a lot, embeddings can uncover relevant passages that keyword search misses. The point is not never use them.
So the practical test is, do I need semantic similarity, or do I need exactness, filters, and current truth?
That is the test. Start with the retrieval shape, not the trend. If the job is finding known records under clear constraints, a plain database is not a compromise. It is the right tool.
And if you skip that question, you can spend months building a system that sounds smarter and behaves dumber.
In RAG, the best retrieval layer is not the most advanced one. It is the one that gets the right facts, for the right reason, at the right cost.